Hello and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we have a treat, literally. We are looking at the energies for December 7th through the 13th, and I have 3 piles to choose from. So this is a pick a card reading. Take a look at the piles, and I have a corresponding cookie that goes with each pile. So whatever cookie, pile, number that resonates for you. Don't put too much thought into it. Just use your intuition, and I have timestamps down below. I will meet you at your pile. Hello, group 1. If you picked the tree, you were in the right spot. Let's take a look at the cards for this week or next week, whenever you're seeing this. So first card we have is the Hermit. Next, the Lovers. Interesting, because the Hermit is about like introspection and self-discovery, and it's often talked about being kind of alone. And the Lovers is about partnership and embrace. But really, to have a successful partnership, whether that is in business, relationships, anything, a love interest, you need to have a good sense of who you are and relationship with yourself. Next, we have King of Pentacles, but reversed. Okay, and then we have Two of Cups, so another relationship card. It's interesting that the King of Pentacles reversed is here, because oftentimes these court cards relate to a person, so you may be having some issues with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, somebody like a masculine energy, mature energy that might be obsessed with money, like materialistic. This could also be about you, though. Warning that you need to start saving or have a better relationship with money. So or your health. So we'll talk about that a little bit more in depth. And the final card here is the Six of Cups, but this is reversed as well. Six of Cups reversed isn't really negative. None of the cards are really negative, and even the King of Pentacles, when we're talking about maybe some negative attributes, it does give you ideas on things to do to prevent that or help your situation, things like that. Six of Cups reversed. Six of Cups is about your childhood. Reversed, though, it could just mean that you're growing up, you're glowing, you're having a glow up here. Sorry, my phone was ringing. Okay, so you could be having like a glow up moment, a moment where you are maturing in some way. That actually could relate to this King of Pentacles here, that you're ready to take a little bit more responsibility for your health or your financial situation, that you need to have a better relationship with money. It's interesting that it's between the Lovers and the Two of Cups. It kind of gives me the idea that maybe have you ever heard of love languages? I'm not really versed on all of the love languages, but I know that one of them is, the way that you show love to people or they show love to you is spending money on them. And that is not really the most healthy way to spend money or to show love. And I would say, especially this time of year, if you do celebrate Christmas, that this is just telling you that people love you no matter what. You don't have to go out and spend a ton of money on them to show your love. There's actually a ton of ways that you can just showing somebody that you think of them, things like that. I mean, some people just love getting a card, or you can make your own just make something that's special for them. It takes nothing to make your own poem or write something about them, or just letting people know that you love them and care about them. You don't have to spend money, and that's kind of again, like I said, it can be really toxic. I mean, if you have the money to spend, that's one thing, but if you don't, you shouldn't feel like you need to. So other cards that got pulled here, Ace of Pentacles. So I like this because we've got the King of Pentacles in reversed. Ace of Pentacles means that you're going to think of something new, like in terms of financial or career opportunity, some new manifestation or abundance for you, like whatever if this is you who is having an issue with money right now, that there is something new coming in, and that really just facing your deepest fear on that is helpful. The other card that got pulled here is the Death card. The Death card is nothing to feel bad about or worried about. It just means change. It means like something is ending and something is transforming, and we're bringing something new in, which is actually great. I mean, first of all, change is inevitable. Everything is going to change. We can't stop that. It's part of cycles. I mean, it's part of seasons. It's part of the earth. It's part of everything. Everything changes. But what is important here is that you see this change, you notice this change, probably a change that, again, if you are the King of Pentacles reversed here, and if you are growing up a little bit, that it is something that you are looking forward to and recognizing it, seeing it, and taking advantage of it with this Ace of Pentacles. So let's talk about the Lovers and the Two of Cups, because you have these two cards that are really important as far as relationships go. There are people who love you and want to see the best for you. Again, if you are concerned about how you want to show love for them, really just showing up. Honestly, that is like 90% of anything. The success in anything is showing up. Whether that is a relationship with your family, you want to make sure that your parents know that you love them, your kids know that you love them, a spouse, a partner, a business partner, people at work, show up. So I don't know why I went off on that. It just popped in my head and seemed like a message that's really important. But let's go back to this Hermit, because all of these cards here are kind of like relationship, and then this King of Pentacles. And really, this Hermit was the first thing that popped out. Time spent in peaceful meditation and meaningful solitude. Shine your light as an example to others. Seek out or become a spiritual mentor, self-discovery. And I think that this self-discovery, or wanting to have this self-discovery, is going to lead you to grow up in certain ways. And it doesn't matter how old you are, you're always going to have new epiphanies or new things to have like a more mature thought process about. And that doesn't mean that you lose your playfulness, your fun-loving side. It just means that you take responsibility for yourself and your actions, and you grow up a little bit. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, okay. So here is She Who Forgives, Elixir. Usually these are names, so it's interesting that this is Elixir, because I don't know anybody who's been named Elixir, but that's, that's okay. Remorse, guilt, forgiveness. So this, I think, is probably tied to this kind of hermit situation and this growing up situation here. And it could also even be tied to this Lovers and the Two of Cups, because there's so much tied to forgiveness and letting things go. Right now is actually a beautiful time for forgiveness. If you follow astrology, we had the full moon in Gemini, which was November 30th, so that was last week. But the energy of that is going to be felt for, they said, months. I'm not a huge astrologer, but the ones that I watch were talking about like this, and it was also a lunar eclipse, which makes it even more powerful. That forgiveness right now is huge. It's big. It's letting things go. And really at the end, we're coming at the end of 2020. Just let things go. Don't bring this baggage. Don't bring this crap into 2021. So let's take a look at the relationship cards that got pulled too. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And these are interesting. Unrequited love. It doesn't really seem very enthusiastic about whatever love connection you're trying to make. But I think it talks more, and especially with the getting to know each other, that it talks more about maybe somebody that you friend zoned or that friend zoned you. And that if you are interested in that relationship, if you're not feeling like they're returning that love, that you just get to know them. And there might be a reason. Maybe they picked up a vibe and then you're able to kind of like forgive that and let it go. Or as you get to know each other, they will kind of turn this unrequited love around and maybe see you as more of just a friend zone. And that's vice versa. Maybe you friend zone somebody else. And if there's even like a glimmer of hope, just take another look back at that. Unrequited love is also can talk about commitment. So if you're dating somebody and they don't want to make it exclusive and you're ready to move on to the next step, maybe you are moving too fast, and getting to know each other is the better way to go. And the other relationship cards is look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. So I almost feel like this is somebody that you friend zoned if they feel that way for you, and only time will tell. And I love how like connected these two cards are, because it's just a great confirmation here that just put in some time, take things slow, there's no hurry, and the time will tell. It kind of like goes either way. And like I said, if somebody friend zoned you, maybe there's a reason for that, but you kind of need to investigate it a little bit more to be able to let that go. If you friend zone somebody else and you still feel like they are still around and you kind of friend zone them, take another look there. Get to know them a little bit better before you may have missed something. So that's what I have for you right now, group 1. And I hope you have a fantastic week, and let me know down in the comments if you picked the Christmas tree. I'd love to know which cookie looked most delicious to you. Thank you and have a great day. Hello group 2, if you picked this Santa cookie or even just this heart card here. This is the reading for December 7th through the 13th. So let's take a look. I'm going to pull these off. We'll check them out in a second. And let's see what cards got pulled here. Okay, the 8 of Pentacles. So this is about, well, I'll just read this. Learning all you can about a subject or career, going back to school, taking a seminar, or finding a mentor. Attention to detail, skilled work that you love. And if you're not, this could also be about repetitive work. So whatever position you are in work, so we'll talk more about that as we get more cards out here. 7 of Fire, stand up for yourself and your beliefs, have confidence, challenge those in power, but also choose your battles wisely. Okay, so this is kind of like this 8 of Pentacles or 8 of Earth is you're kind of in the grind, you've been working really hard, and you may have some people out there who see that and have some sort of jealousy around it. So just be aware that some things might come up this week. And I want to mention that if somebody is jealous of you, if you're being attacked and you're like, what the heck is going on? Why is somebody attacking me? There's really no reason to. That a lot of times somebody's jealousy or when they attack you has more to do with them than it does with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Unless you do some soul searching. Did you actually do something wrong to upset them or hurt them? Otherwise, it's them projecting something onto you, that they wish that they had the attention to detail that you do, that they wish they had this idea to go out and go after some new skills like you are. So just be aware that you might have a little bit of shade thrown at you this week. And then we have the Empress, but she is in reverse. And this could talk about having a creativity block, but really the Empress isn't in reverse, isn't bad at all. She's a beautiful card upright, but in reverse, because she's so nurturing and so loving and so caring of others. But in reverse, it could talk about you needing to take a moment this week for self-care, self-love, call your power back, especially if somebody has attacked you and a lot of times that's really upsetting. I don't want you to be upset about it. I want you to take a look at yourself. I don't want you to change yourself if you don't need to be changed. I want you to nurture and love yourself. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So this is a energy of movement, and it's interesting that we have like this card here, which could be kind of some stagnation, and then we've got like people moving to you. That's kind of like with the fire, the Seven of Fire is like people are bringing a fight to you. You take a moment, like maybe you aren't really sure. It's kind of some sort of catalyst to where you want to go, and you take a moment to yourself, and you decide to have an idea that you're going to move on, that you get some ambition toward, that you've kind of been stuck here, but you're going to move towards a new space. So even if you're feeling attacked, like it could be a catalyst towards something else. When you're in a situation that's kind of a tough situation, it's not, why is this happening to me? It is, what is this teaching me? And that's kind of, I feel like, what you can ask yourself here in this space of your self-love, your self-care. Maybe you're meditating on that. Maybe even just your self-care is you in the shower, just taking a nice, hot, relaxing shower, and then you're going to get an epiphany that you're going to move on. And more movement here because we have the Knight of Swords. And I love that you have the Knight of Wands and that you have the Knight of Swords together, because once you do decide, and this is an epiphany card, Swords is about thoughts, it's about new ideas. When you do have an idea, this is action oriented, you're going to take action on it, especially with those two knights. They don't sit around and wait for things to come to them like you are here. They are like, you know what? I want this. I have this great idea. I have a passion for it. I am going to go out and get it. So I pulled two more cards here for you for like some clarification, especially on this Empress reversed and Seven of Swords. And I feel like this Seven of Swords is really related to the Seven of Fire. Seven of Swords is some deception, betrayal. Somebody is getting away with something. They're acting like they're in their best interest and not in yours. And it's maybe like a betrayal of trust, somebody that you trusted, and they're not acting the way that you expect them to. That's okay. You're going to go back to relying on yourself. Like you loved them so much, and because I feel like you're just a really trusting person, and you just, trust people right away, and somebody is going to betray that trust. I apologize. And that's maybe why you are feeling like you're getting attacked, but it's going to be, like I said, a good thing for you. Over here, where you're going to take some action on it and for yourself. And look at this, Nine of Pentacles. So Nine of Pentacles is so related to this Empress in reverse. Nine of Pentacles is abundance, it's financial independence, but heavy on the independence and the self-sufficiency, that you did this yourself. And congratulations, good for you. And then we have She Who Surrenders, Estefana, chains, bondage, release. Okay, so releasing might be talking about releasing your expectations of a situation here, releasing this stagnation, this rut that you find yourself in, releasing, just getting rid of, it's funny how right now I'm getting a lot of cards, and it's this is just a huge energy of release almost for everybody right now, because we're ending 2020. We don't want to take this crap, this baggage, this dumpster fire into 2021. So part of your self-reflection here is to think about these relationships that are no longer serving you, that you just want to release, and you can forgive them. You can let it go, but if you dwell on it, this like chains and bondage thing, if you dwell on it, it keeps you Okay, I was talking about Estefania. When you get into these negative thoughts, these negative feelings, like when you're, kind of trapped as being this victim here, because, obviously somebody betrays you, that's not on you. But if you don't release it, you don't forgive somebody for them, you forgive somebody for yourself. You let that go. You don't let that chain you down. You don't let that bond you to that moment. And you're not going to. You've got this forward movement here. And you, so just release and let go. You have places to go. You have ideas to investigate. You have passions to follow. You do not have time, or you don't need to carry this baggage. You're just going to let it go. Okay. And then this is interesting. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And this doesn't necessarily need to relate to a romantic relationship. This can relate to a coworker situation. It could be a romantic situation, could be even like a family member, something like that. But forgiving and letting go. You are forgiving for yourself. You are letting that anger, that victimhood go, so that you can, because that whatever it is taking up space for you, you're letting that go so that you can fill it with love. And this is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So if you have been questioning, if you had questioned about your love life, when am I going to meet the one? Or I met this really great person, when are they going to be interested in me? When are we going to go out? Or you're in a relationship and it seems like it's moving really slow. If it's worth it, it's worth waiting for. Also, more love messages or relationship messages. Be aware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. So when I was talking about jealousy over here, with this card, somebody could be projecting onto you. Like they're angry at you for something that they did themselves, or they don't like you for a quality that they don't like in themselves. It all is kind of like a mirror. You can only be who you are. And if somebody doesn't like you for that, that is their problem. And it is it's really their problem, because they don't like themselves. And that's kind of a sad situation, but it's something that you don't need to be wrapped into. Let it go. Let them be miserable by themselves. Or hopefully they watch one of my videos and realize that and release it. And the other card is, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Okay, and that, you know what, this is really related to the worth waiting for thing. So if somebody isn't ready and they've put the brakes on something, you just have to, if you love something, let it go. If it's meant to be, it will return. If not, that's it saves you a bunch of heartache. So a lot of release, a lot of letting go, and a lot of self-care here. Self-care can also talk about your romantic relationships too, because once you know yourself, you know what you want in others and what you can ask of them, or what you can get from the relationship. You never want to be in a relationship where you feel like somebody completes you, whatever they do is tied to your happiness. Again, with this Estefania, chains, bondage, release. If you are in a relationship because you think that they complete you, or that they are responsible for your happiness, you're tying yourself to them. That's a bondage. That is putting your happiness in somebody else is not fair to them. It's not fair to you. You are responsible for your own happiness. And once you are happy, then you can find somebody that you're happy with together, okay? So that is what I have for you, Group 2. I hope you have a fantastic week. Please let me know why you picked the Santa cookie. Was he just the most delicious, or maybe he had the least amount of food coloring? And I will see you in the next reading. Thank you. Hi, Group 3. If you picked the reindeer cookie, you are in the right spot.
Picked the reindeer cookie.
It looks like my daughter Sophia picked the reindeer cookie too. She just took a little bite out of the antler. That's okay, that won't affect the reading. Okay, Group 3s, let's get into this reading. Apparently you have great taste. So, and you do have great taste because the 4 of Fire is about celebration. It's about being happy. So much to celebrate. Send gratitude to the divine and angels for the peace and prosperity coming to you. Peace and contentment in your personal life. So this coming into this week, or this energy of this week, is really beautiful and good for you. And I mean, come on, it's December. We have a lot to celebrate. December 10th is the start of Hanukkah. Then we have 12/12 portal, if you're into that thing, winter solstice. Oh, and is there anything else going on in December? Oh, December 25th, we have Christmas. So it's a very joyous time of year, a lot of fun stuff going on. And I think that you are definitely in the spirit of the holiday season. Then we have the 3 of Fire, planning for long-term abundance from past choices, pride in the success of your labors. Be patient as you decide what's next. So I feel like this may have been, well, I mean, it's 2020. This may have been one of those years or one of these times where you have just been like working. You may not have been seeing very much progress this week. You're going to see like a light at that end of that tunnel. You're going to see some of your hard work paying off. That's maybe why you are celebrating as well. And then we have the Sun, which is just an absolute stunning and beautiful card in tarot. It is about prosperity and fun and warmth and success and vitality. And this is just a week for you to enjoy. Absolutely fantastic week. And as I do that, I pull out the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune is about cycles, and it could be about karma and karmic cycles. I feel like though, I mean, when you have these 3 cards preceding it, it's probably about some really great karma paying off for you. It can also be about breaking cycles. So you may have been in like this spot where you've been working like things always go this way, always go this way, always go this way, but you had a vision that you wanted it to go a different way. So you were working hard to change that cycle. And I feel like you are changing that cycle. And finally, the 9 of Cups. So this is the wish card. This is contentment, satisfaction, gratitude, a wish come true. So this is a beautiful week. Not only did you pick the same cookie that my 5-year-old daughter did, who is a master manifester and thinks it is really delicious, but you look at these cards. These are fantastic cards. Like I said, the only tough energy would be this Wheel of Fortune, because I mean, just think of the game show Wheel of Fortune, where you can spin and you can be like hit the jackpot, or you can spin and you can hit bankruptcy. Like, it is a really volatile energy. But when we have it here in between the Sun and the 9 of Cups, I feel like you are controlling your destiny. You've taken control of this wheel, probably because you have put some pretty hard work into that. And that's why things are here to celebrate this week. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this Knight of Pentacles, like, this is, we got him last week and I said that he is the running back of your team, because he just you can give the ball to him every single down, and maybe he's not going to get a lot of yards. Maybe it's 3 yards. Maybe he averages 3 yards every carry. But when you have 4 downs to go and you need to make 10 yards, like, he's going to make 12 yards. But it's a grind. It's showing up. It's hard work. It's productivity. It's this routine. And routine and, like I said, cycles, those kind of go together. But you have just been putting in this work and putting in this work and putting in this work, and boom, something happens this week. A wish comes true, something beautiful. And then the other only tough card that we have here is the Queen of Swords in reverse. And I say that it's a tough card because I think of her in reverse. She's almost like a really nasty mother-in-law. And I'm sorry to mother-in-laws. My mother-in-law is actually very delightful, and I'm so thankful for that. But there are some mother-in-laws who are just judgmental. They are cold-hearted, manipulative, just a big B. You could also, this could represent a person, somebody who's a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. That's where it relates to in the astrological signs. That's what swords relates to. But it's somebody who was maybe a naysayer and told you that you couldn't do this and you couldn't do this dream, you couldn't do these things. And I really don't think that anybody is going to rain on your parade this week. I'm just giving you the heads up. There might be somebody out there who wants to. And really, you are here, and it could be somebody who might be jealous as well of how great things are going. So just a warning there, that could pop up for some of you. And then if it does, we have She Who Enfolds, Arete, Swath, Embrace, Self-Care. So just, you know what, you're the sun, your wishes are coming true. This is just like maybe reflecting on the great things that you have done and just being happy with where you are. But this is also like wrapping like a protection around yourself, that if you're in this space and you're so happy, and really in all this space, and you're so happy, and somebody comes in with some negative comment, that's just, let it go. Who cares? That their negative comments are more about them than they are about you. They say more about them than they say about you. Reconciliation, someone from your past is returning to your life. That might be this Queen of Swords. So you get to decide how you want to handle that. If it may not be your Queen of Swords. It could be somebody that you really want to come into your life, or if you don't, and that, protect yourself. So just because somebody wants to come back doesn't mean that they get to. That is up to you. That is your decision. That's what you get to decide. And passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And what's funny, I just got this idea that you may be in a happy relationship or starting something out, or just in the beginning stages of something. And isn't it funny how like your ex shows up at that time? So for some of you, I'm feeling like you have moved on and you're really happy, and somebody from your past wants to return. I like it in a sense, because then it kind of gives you, like, you always have like this question when you have somebody new is, oh, are they going to hurt me like that other person? Or are they going to, I really like these qualities of my ex, are they going to be like that? And I kind of do love it when your ex shows up, because then you have like a side-by-side comparison. You don't have these questions in your mind. You just have the, okay, nope, I'm really happy in my passion right now, I'm just gonna go with it. Or maybe it is somebody that you really want to reconcile with. Again, like I said, that's up to you. Look at these cards here. You are making your own fate. You are the one in control of your life. You aren't letting life happen to you. You've worked super hard, and you are creating your destiny. look inside yourself and examine what is causing you to feel this way. So anything that this could be something happy, something sad. The answer is within you. The Sun card says the answer is within you. You have all the answers at your fingertips. And then this Arete card, it talks about, your self-care, your self-reflection, that you know what's best for you. And like I was even saying with this reconciliation, like if you see this reconciliation card and you cringe, well, guess what? You create your destiny. You can say no to that. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. And this Wheel of Fortune talks about cycles. So does this card. Okay, so our cycles here, that yes, you are controlling your destiny. You worked really hard to do that, and you are actually the creation of your cycle here. But sometimes there are things that you may fight against that aren't worth fighting for. So that's just what that card is talking about. And you know what? There are so many different cycles with in our lives and as it goes, but right now you are in control and you're happy about it, happy about the cycle of where you're going. Whew. So this looks like a fantastic week, group 3. Please let me know if you chose the delicious reindeer in the comments. And I hope you have a fantastic week. I'm pretty sure you will. If not, then you may be resisting too hard to that flow, and just let things flow, let things happen, because beautiful things are in the cards for you. And I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will see you in the next reading. Thank you.